Josh. No, man. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. I did some math and I'm working as much as I did in college. And you have to, because mark my words, Josh, it's going to go away. Good things do not last forever. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to save my money or invest it in things like septic tanks and flooring. But I don't get a lunch break. This will be the last video of the day, though. And don't worry, there's more for tomorrow. But I will probably be doing a price increase tomorrow. I don't have the time for it. I have to do other things. Hi, Cappy. Hope you're doing well. I want to thank you for helping me with my issues I had some years ago. As a quick refresher, I was the client you had that endured 3 open heart surgeries, a stroke, and had a sibling pass away at an earlier age. I was able to improve my situation when I went from living with my parents and being in a toxic work environment to now living in an apartment on my own and making $85,000 as an analyst in a particular subfield of finance. I have no debt and approximately $45,000 in savings. Also, due to the pandemic, I now work remote. You're winning. There you go, man. The reason I'm messaging you is because while I live a comfortable life, I still want to improve it beyond what it currently is. I've considered several options, one of which I'm currently pursuing, that being the used rental car company Turo to rent out cars. Thus far, it has done pretty well. Well, do you have one? You have considered it. So you're just saying the company in general has done pretty well, or you have rented one and it's done pretty well for you? I have also considered buying real estate, specifically self-storage, since rent moratoriums do not apply, nor does rent control, and people are downsizing but holding on to their possessions with nowhere to put it, and businesses are hanging on to excess inventory and need storage. However, I want to see if you think these ideas make sense and if there's too much risk involved, or if you think I should be happy where I am now. Alternatively, if there's an idea you think I'm not considering, that would be greatly appreciated. I never give business ideas away. I keep them for myself because I want to make them money. So I said, well, tell me about the life you want to live. These things will take time to manage. And even though you would make a profit from them, unless you have children or want to have a family, I'm trying to figure out why you would complicate your life. So Aaron, I have 2 reasons I'll list below for brevity. 1, I think it's a bad idea to rely on one source of income, however high it might be. True. 2, I'd like to be making enough money to have a family, wife, and 2 kids, ideally. So it's like, okay. Now you made it difficult. It's like, I was like, yeah, you'd be fine. Have a rainy day fund unit. Oh, you want wife and kids. All right. Here's the problem. As you know, because of your profession, you know that profits tend to be whittled away over time. Let's take, for example, your storage rental idea, which I like on paper. Like if I were to get in real estate or have done it differently back in the day, I would have rented out, rent to things, not people, because people suck. So I totally understand that. But you're still going to have to buy the property. You're still going to have to build the storage facility, all right, or buy one that already is in existence. And you know they're going to price it to the maximum point possible. So if you were to borrow money, you know this in the industry you're working in, the lion's share of your revenue is eaten up by lodging expenses or the mortgage. So now we're talking razor thin margins. You're going to have to dedicate at least 10 hours a week to this, at least, if not more. And you have a profession, you have a career, right? So I would go pull the Risk Management Associates data, go to the library if whatever your employer doesn't offer it to you. Go get the RMA data, see what storage facilities look like in terms of profit these past several years, because prices have been going up for materials and property. And then also, do the industry research, see what the margins are. Because, yeah, there's a lot of good things going for you in that business idea. It's like you're not renting to people. There's nowhere near the infrastructure costs. You don't have to have plumbing out there. People are pack rats and consumers, and they're materialists, and they're never going to give up their stuff, because without their stuff, they're nothing. Literally. That's like 95% of American people. Like most 19 out of 20 of you Just if without your stuff, you're nobody. And technically you are nobody because stuff doesn't make you somebody. But you guys got money. So we'll have you pay us to store all your worthless crap. But I don't know, find out, do more research. And with your skills as an analyst, you should be more than adequate to do the financial analysis and run some pretty good pro formas or projections that will accurately measure the profit of your company or theoretical profit of your company. And then two-row, if I had to choose between the two, I would go with the two-row because it kind of is self-automated. There's less labor involved in that. So whereas I completely appreciate your desire to have diversified income, that property management in general is going to suck up your time. And two-row is still going to take some time, but maybe not as much. But there's no silver bullet where you just buy it and you make 20% a year. It doesn't happen that way because the market already has enough participants in it, and that lowers your average profit margin with competition. So, I mean, to tell you the honest truth, man, I would just be the credit analyst, or not credit analyst, a different type of financial analyst. I do that, man. I'll email you an idea that I had that I'm not going to follow up on, which is rare. But I did try and sell it before and it didn't work. Maybe times have changed a little bit. But I would take your 85, and what is much more in your control is being a minimalist and not spending a lot of money. And then taking that money, you want exposure in real estate, find a real estate investment trust that focuses on rental storage properties. Then you get that exposure to that industry. You also get the shot at a capital gains on a marketable security. And then a dividend. I mean, you focus on dividends. That's what I would recommend. Keep your eye out for entrepreneurial ideas, but I'll tell you the honest truth, and you probably know this. You want a secondary business. You know what the most profitable side business you can do is? Working a second job, because you don't have the expenses and management. I mean, go bartend, go work security or something. That's what I would do, and build up 6 months of a micro FU money account. And then hopefully you have a large enough investment portfolio that you can live off the dividends, and then you're no longer dependent on one income. But the competition is so good and the market's so efficient that if there's a profitable industry, that profit is usually whittled away as it attracts more competitors in businesses. And then you're paying $2 for a tube of toothpaste, which is a good thing. But then with your family, okay, and then you want to make it difficult. All right, you want a wife and 2 kids. Well, good luck finding your wife. Please, before you do anything else, go buy this book and read it, please. Thank you. But I'm sorry, the way women have voted, and some men too, they want socialism. Tax rates are so high. Yeah, you probably can't support a family of 4 on an income of 85 grand a year. That's too bad. So guess what, ladies? You get to work. So I think, unfortunately, as much as I like a nuclear family with at least one parent staying home to raise the kids, this, of course, optimistically assuming you find marriage material, she's going to have to work. So you look for those unicorns. Now, you thought it was going to be hard before. You look for those unicorns that don't have student loan debts, that majored in engineering, majored in accounting, worked hard. We're talking real rare women. All right. And you're going to do the budgeting and finances. Now, if you really scaled it down, I think you could support a family of 4 on 85 grand. I think you could do that. Times will be tight, but you can do it. But man, once those kids are 5 and off to school, the youngest anyway, wifey poo is getting a part-time job, and she would be a contributor. And there's your diversified income as well. So any woman you're going to be dating going forward, you have to say, look, you're contributing financially to any family I start. We're going to, this is not, you stay around, you can stay home and take care of the kids until they're 5. But once that youngest is off to school, back to work, which is what all women wanted. Remember, didn't you pay attention the past 45 years? Women were told that work is everything in life. It's true purpose and meaning and value, and what makes them special is work. Man, you want to talk about the irony? Arbeit macht frei. Boy, isn't there some parallels there? All right. See if there's any super chats. No super chats. See you guys later. Toodles.